is up, guys? Welcome to a brand new video. This is going to be a bit different because yeah, it's a Q&A video. So this is going to be my birthday tomorrow, and well, World starts tomorrow, so I wanted to do the video, the Q&A video today. The first thing I want to say though is I'm actually live on Twitch right now on my stream. When this video goes live, at least if you're watching it a bit later, I guess not, but I'm going to be doing a stream all day for my birthday. I'm going to be playing some ranked games. I'm going to be playing some viewer games. I'll also be doing something new, like a spectate you guys kind of thing. So I'll get a replay of yours. I'll just basically go through it on the stream and tell you guys, you know, how you could improve and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys will find that interesting anyway, but I'd really appreciate if you could come over and at least say hi. Take a time out of your day, that'd be awesome. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream, and I guess we'll just crack on. So there's no music in this video at all. The idea is because you can put your own music on in the background, and you can just listen to me, I guess. You can like minimize this if you want to. There is a game in the background, as you guys can see. It's just one of my recent ranked games on the Smurf. It's kind of a semi-interesting game, I think, but like hopefully it's just something really for you to watch while I do the Q&A. So these Q&As have been taken from Twitter and from YouTube. I can't answer them all because there's just way too many, but I try to get through as many as I can. I've kind of broken them up into 3 different sections, I guess. So I've got like a YouTube section, so how I got into YouTube and all that kind of stuff. A competitive section, so when I used to play properly and like ranked and stuff. Just random like questions and stuff, and some AD stuff as well. But I'm trying not to like do too many league questions, as in like specific champion questions, because that's stuff that I can answer in the video, in like a video comment section, right? Not really in this kind of Q&A. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling because we're already a minute and a half in. So the first question was from 2 of you, Joseph Butcher, and I don't know how to say that, Okum Pao, some, I don't know, I'm gonna put your names, I'm so sorry. But basically, what got you into League of Legends? Who's your first champion you played? And basically the start of my league stuff. So Foxshop got me into it. I moved off to university, he started playing this league game, and I was like, yeah, this sucks. Like, I was playing WoW, I was playing Counter-Strike, and I was just like, this game is rubbish. Like, I don't want to play this game. I tried it twice, and both times I thought it was crap, so I just like kind of, I don't know, I just wasn't going to play it. It was rubbish. But the third time I tried it, I actually got into it a bit more. To be fair, it was out of like beta, I think, at that point, so it was a bit more polished and stuff. It was still rubbish compared to like what you're seeing on the screen. It's 10 times better than what it used to be. But yeah, so what got me in was literally just Foxshop. He just persuaded me to play, I guess, over and over. So that obviously answers the second part of the second question, who started first. It was Foxshop. He actually taught me a little bit, like, well, to be fair, the first time I ever played, he made me play Poppy support, and he just told me to go in all the time, and I just died a lot, and he thought it was really funny, so he just trolled me the first time. But he was pretty good at teaching me, actually. Actually, it was him and another friend, Ed, who, if you follow Fox, you'll kind of know who Ed is. But those two were playing together a lot, and that was kind of, I joined into that kind of group, and Ed was like very good at the game. He took it very seriously, like from the very start. So he would tell me a lot of things that I should be doing, and I kind of picked up on that. So actually, like, both of them I kind of helped me improve, obviously, but Ed like really stuck out as a guy who would like tell me what to do, I guess, and kind of not coach me, but that kind of thing anyway. Who was the first champion I played seriously? It was Morgana. I actually played Morgana mid. She was the first champion I was actually good at and could win loads of games on. So yeah, that was pretty much my first ever champion. So let's move on to the next question. Why did you start YouTube, and when? Same theory, actually, really. Fox started his channel about 6 months, probably, actually he started his about a year before mine, I think. And he was getting like, he was doing pretty well out of it, actually, and like people were asking him for other roles and stuff. Like, he was obviously jungle. People were like, well, can you do some AD stuff? Can you do some mid stuff? And he didn't play those roles like at all. He only played jungle. So he knew I played them. I was more of a flex player, so he said, well, can you do a video for me? And I did. You can actually still find the cringy video. It's my first ever video if you look back, but it was also on Foxshop's channel. I did like these, how to play AD carry or something, like how to carry as AD carry, I think it was. And yeah, he got me into that, I guess. Like, well, actually it was kind of you guys, I guess. Like, I did them for him, and then like the comments were like really good, and they were like, can you do your own channel? And like, I want to learn AD, like these one-off videos aren't really enough, can you do your own stuff? So I started doing my own stuff, and that's what I started. But I actually started in 2013 February, so almost been 4 years I've had my channel now, which is a long time. Okay, question 3. What inspired you to make League videos? All right, actually, there's 2 of these. So, yeah, from Edwin and Shaim as well. I don't know if I said your name right or not, but that what inspired me, I guess, was you guys, like the comments. I've always been very fueled by like feedback and stuff. Like if a video is received very well, it feels super good. If it's not, it just makes me want to try harder. So I guess what inspired me, well, okay, so actually we're gonna get into that in a second because there's another question there, but it was, yeah, I guess it was kind of like certain YouTubers I watched and thought, well, I could do that, I guess. Like if my brother was doing it, Fox was doing it, right? And I was like, well, maybe I can do this as well at the same time. That kind of like fueled me a bit more, I guess. But yeah, I think it was really just the comments actually that just inspired me to keep making videos. And I was good at the game and I didn't have a lot to do. I was at university, so I had some free time, so I thought, why not? But typically people were making their own content. So there's 2 sides of it, I guess. One, consistency. If you take a massive break like I used to all the time, like I think if I kept going and like I didn't take breaks for uni and I didn't just make like 1 video a week for like a year, I probably could be like I don't know, 600 700,000 sub channel by now. So it's kind of like, that's like a kick in the nuts a little bit. Oh, seeing Trend absolutely wreck me, lovely. A bit of kick in the nuts, like I could be a lot bigger than I am, but consistency is a big thing, and also just like working out what you offer that other people don't. So, or you have to do it better. Like if you do the same thing as someone else, you have to do it better than the other person, right? Otherwise, why would anybody ever watch you? But yeah, I guess that's the biggest 2 tips. Like work out what your angle is, like on YouTube, whether you can do something better or funnier or whatever that is, or if you just providing something new, and also consistency. So actually, like if you're gonna make 2 videos a week, like the people would expect 2 videos a week and they will start to like grow because they'll be watching it every single time. And that's really, I guess, what YouTube loves most. Not just like random videos like once every 2 months or something like that. If you're gonna do it, you have to kind of do it properly, otherwise I think you kind of get left behind now that YouTube's a lot bigger. So what kept you going and making these videos, and where you see yourself in 5 years? Keep me going. I guess the comments is a big thing. Again, like I love getting nice comments. I mean, who doesn't? But just knowing people who actually enjoy what you do is a really big you know, it is a really big boost in confidence when you're making videos and stuff like that. So I guess there's that, but also just like I don't know. I never really saw this as a career until like at the start of this year, when I started doing daily videos and my channel kind of like doubled in size, and it just has been a really crazy year at the moment. But I didn't really take it very seriously before that, I don't think, to be honest. And now I am taking it more seriously. So what keeps me going is the fact that one day I'd love to hit like 500k or like 1 million subscribers and stuff and get bigger. And I really want to change my channel as well, just from like where you come to watch a cool video that's like interesting or like tells you something, to watching it because you want to come and see me. Like, you know, you want to see me climb, or like next season, for example, I want to actually climb to master tier and I want to take you guys with me. Like I didn't enjoy the game this season. I barely played, so I didn't really like improve or anything, but I want to get back to that and do it again. So hopefully that'll be kind of a way, you know, you're invested in with me, with my climb and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess what kept me going was just the feedback and wanting to be successful, I guess. Like that, I'm quite an ambitious person. I'm quite driven. Like once I get an idea in my head, I'm quite like I'm prepared to work for it, you know, to actually get there, I guess. And when I see myself in 5 years, I mean, hopefully I'm like millions of subscribers on YouTube. That'll be the dream, right? Like people watch me because they love like watching my content, and they find it funny, they find it enjoyable, it brightens up their day. That would be like what the dream would be. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. That's obviously pretty hard to achieve, and I don't know where League is going to be in 5 years. You know, at the moment my channel is League, so maybe getting away from League in 5 years and just be a general YouTuber, a variety YouTuber, rather than just a League of Legends channel. But for foreseeable future, like I love League. I think it's a great game. I think it's going to last a long time, so I don't really have any reason to change it, right? And this is the one, Leafy's #1 fan. Who was your biggest idol, or who was or is your biggest idol? So this is like was and is different for me now. Like I had different idols when I started to what I do now. But I guess this is kind of what I was hesitating before, by the way, about what I wanted to answer, because when I actually first started YouTube, I used to watch, the only YouTuber I watched is was Red Mercy. So You guys know him. He's massive now. He's just 10 million subscribers, which is awesome. But back in the day, he used to be this Z guy, you know, and I used to watch his montages all the time. Like when I was still, obviously at that time I was like a lot better at the game and like, you know, pushing challenger and stuff. So seeing someone else who's also kind of cool, like good at the game, and seeing the montages. Not many people did montages back then. I guess like Shake Drizzle, if you guys remember that throwback. He was like the Lee Sin montage guy who kicked it all off. But yeah, so I guess Red was one of them, which is weird now because we're actually friends. So I talked to him on Skype and stuff. Having like a guy that I used to look up to when I started, be like, yeah, you know, that's the kind of guy, like the kind of channel I want to have and whatever. And now actually to be friends with him is really weird. So that's why I kind of could, because he's kind of friends now. It's like it doesn't. I don't think idol is the right word anymore. So yeah, I guess like I'm not really sure who I watch now, like that I kind of idolize. I don't know if it numbs you out a little bit when you get bigger on YouTube, because like obviously to you guys you're like, oh look, you're a big YouTuber. Even for me maybe you're like, you know, if I reply to a comment, or if like, for example, if we like met an event and stuff, that's like, you guys would enjoy that. And like for me, I would enjoy that if I met like Syndicate, for example. Like I know a lot of people don't like him now, but I actually watch a lot of his vlogs. Like for me, it's the same kind of thing, I guess. So actually, yeah, there you go, Syndicate, I guess. He's the only one really for me now where I'm like actually kind of fanboy a little bit, I guess, like when I met him at iSeries and stuff, because you realize when you get bigger that we're just normal people, right? Like I'm just a regular guy. I have a regular life. I just have a really cool job. And yeah, I think like when you get bigger, you kind of realize that more, so it numbs that side of things a bit more. Anyway, so let's move on to the competitive side of things. So when I was playing in season 3 and 4, I was actually on a competitive team. A lot of you guys probably know that, but this is just more of the competitive ranked aspect, I guess, question stuff. So if you're going to play an AD on a pro game, who among the YouTubers do you want to play with as your support? Actually, like, I wouldn't really know, because if I was just in like one game, for example, right, just like one game, I thought it'd be cool to have a support. I think like BDAY would probably be a good support, because he's actually very smart, and I think to be a good support you have to be kind of like, I think you need the brains more than a lot of things. So oh man, I just cringe watching that. Yeah, so I think BDAY would actually be a pretty good support to have. So there you go. Next video, you should tell him to play support and we can duo together. But I think like on an actual team, like a proper team, the person I get on with the most, as weird as it sounds, is actually Fox. Like me and him are really, even though we're brothers, we're actually good friends as well. So we get along really well. And I think like if I was gonna have to play with someone 10 hours a day, actually maybe 10 hours a day is actually, I don't know if I want to play with them 10 hours a day, but I think I'd actually like, I would have the most fun with Fox, I think. So I don't know, one of the two, but I think BDAY would be pretty cool in a competitive team. What happened to my team? So I don't remember the name, but you guys even had a gaming house. So we didn't actually have a gaming house. We were looking into having one, but it didn't happen in the end, because it was just a bit, yeah, it was a bit of a push. But it was called, well, the first thing it was called Fighters. So it was that play on the fighter, like a, you know, a fighter, and with PHY in it, because of fire. That was the first little gaming organization we had, and I had my own one called Absolute Zero. We had 3 teams at one point, I think. So my team, we had a secondary team, which is like a sister team, called Absolute Zero Ice, which was basically like a scrim partner and stuff. And we had another team who were just kind of like, I guess they were just friends, but they wanted to have an organization, and why not, right? But this team went through loads of different people. Like Four Paws was a YouTuber. Huzzy Games, one of the reasons I know him was because he was on that team. He played top and jungle, I believe, for us for a while. But like a lot of you guys will remember like Half Past Thor, Vale, these guys. I don't know what happened to Thor, actually. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Vale I still speak to though on Facebook and stuff. We're still actually good friends. But yeah, we kind of just drifted apart because I don't know, like we were good. We were probably like the 3rd best team in the UK at the time, right? Not anymore, but like at the time we were probably like the 3rd best. We were beating like the top teams, but I mean, compared to the UK to like the rest of the world, it was never really going to go anywhere. And I had to make a decision between YouTube and the team, really, because it was like one of the reasons I didn't release very much was because I was playing competitively all the time, right? And just practicing and scrimming and stuff. So I had to make a decision. I chose YouTube. I'm glad I chose YouTube, honestly, but yeah, I mean, actually one of our players, Duffman, he is now G2 Esports is head analyst. So he became our analyst. Actually, he's very good at that kind of stuff. So it's kind of weird where we've all ended up. You know, like Thor, a mid laner, played competitive for another team for a long time. He was a master tier in the end. Vale quit, and he's just got like a job he sometimes pays, but not really anymore. Like I've got my YouTube, so and Duff has got like his G2 Esports. Huz has got his YouTube. So we've all kind of gone different ways, but like, yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. But we didn't have a gaming house. It was one of those things where we were thinking about it, and it made a lot of sense. It was when, like, you know, teams were first like getting gaming houses, but it was just expensive, and we didn't really have like an income, I guess, for the team at that point. Anyway, so what if you got us to play competitive again? So what team? I wouldn't do it. I would not do it. Like, there's nothing in me right now that would give up YouTube and play competitively on a team. Really? I mean, if you'd asked me like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I would have done it, and I would have then done YouTube after, but honestly, it's not worth it for me anymore. Like, I just don't think... this game in the background is really distracting me. I'm sorry. My eyeliner is going to the game sometimes to see what's happening, even though while I'm talking, well, I need to be looking at you guys, so I'm sorry. But I just don't think I'd want to do it. Like, 10 hours a day of gaming, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, making videos is fun. I love interacting with you guys. I love producing content and stuff, and it's great. So, but I guess if I had to pick a team, I'd probably play for G2. I mean, Duff is there. I know Duff already. I actually really like... Well, so the reason I like G2 is because I like Sven. Like, they're AD carry, and I guess I'd be replacing him, right? So that probably is not going to be... That probably wouldn't work, actually, because I only enjoy watching them for Sven. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I'd go with, actually, because that's stumped. Maybe Cloud9, I guess. I used to play for them, or used to, like, stream for them anyway, right? So, last question for the competitive one. Over the years of playing, did you observe a significant change in the game and the community? So the game's got easier over the years. There's been more range indicators, a lot of like and like damage numbers and stuff. Like before, you'd have to guess like, is this in range? Is this gonna kill? And stuff like that. And now it's very, I don't want to use the word dumbed down, but like it's much easier. I think it's much more accessible. That's a good word to play this game. But yeah, the other thing actually that springs to mind is just like how the word toxic and stuff is used a lot. Like, I think when the game first started, everybody used to criticize each other because everybody was bad at the game, and everybody knew that was bad because it was a new game, right? Like, I was so bad. I was Diamond 1, almost Challenger, and I was bad, like, looking back at it. But I think everybody knew they had a bit more respect. They, like, won as... They were a bit more hard, thick-skinned, I guess. So you could criticize players. You could say, you shouldn't do this. We should do this. That was a dumb play, blah, blah, blah. And most of the time, they'd turn around and admit it. They'd be like, yeah, that was pretty dumb. That's, yeah, no, my bad, kind of thing. Which is the same attitude I have now. And a lot of people ask me how I have that attitude. And I guess a lot of it really is just because it's always been that way. You know, the game has always been like that. Like, for me, at least. When I've been in the scene and playing this game, it's always been that kind of thing for me. But obviously it's different for a lot of players now, because I think the word toxic gets thrown around a lot, and I think you open your mouth and you type in a game and people think you're being toxic. So I think it's a lot different in that way, actually, like attitude wise to the game. But I think it's a bit more casual. I think the game is better, looks so much better. But community wise, I think, like, one, the community has got more toxic, so there's more intentional feeding, there's more like griefing and stuff. Back in the day, like, you'd play more seriously, I guess, which is, I kind of miss that. But apart from that, there are just people, like, you think someone just criticizing and just saying one word is considered to be toxic and stuff, when actually, you know, just a bit of like banter and criticism isn't really being toxic. So I guess that's partly, you know, one of the things that's changed. Oh my god, this Q&A is taking so long. What in the world? Okay, if you had to 1v1 Fox Shop, who would it be your go-to champion? I'm assuming he's climbing NA ping on Lee Sin. So I guess my go-to champion would probably be Lucian. Lucian's just my best champion. Probably my most comfortable. When I was playing competitively in Season 4, he was like my go-to pick. I play him literally every single game. You can find so many VODs of me on tournament streams playing Lucian. And yeah, so okay, next one from Avian. If you don't know, by the way, this is CG Avian, as in Spazzy Avian. We're actually pretty good friends. If you could have an exotic safari animal for an entire week, which would it be and why? Cheetah, does that count? I think that counts. I love cheetahs. Cheetahs are so cool. Been my favorite animal for like a long time. and I would definitely love to have one. Like, actually, a tiger would be any big cat, right? Tiger, lion, leopard, cheetah, anything like that. Like, I'd love like a cub, I guess, like a young. I don't know if you call them kittens. I think you call them cubs, right? And have them around the house and stuff. But yeah, I don't know exactly if that would work, but that would be pretty cool. I'd love that. I have talked way too much, guys. I'm so sorry. This is supposed to be like a 10-15 minute video, and it's over 20 minutes already. If you could have any AD get a skin for pre-existing series, what would it be? Jhin and Project Jhin. I love Project skins. They're so cool. Project Lucian is one of my favorite skins in the game, and Jhin is one of my favorite champs, so put them together. That would be awesome, and I'd love that. Okay, did you do any sports when you were younger, and if so, tell us about it. So I played ice hockey. I played roller hockey. Not normal for a British guy, I guess. Actually, like very random, to be honest. But my dad went to university in LA, and he kind of got into the whole like ice hockey fandom, I guess, when Wayne Gretzky was there. So he brought it back with us more than anything else. And yeah, so I played ice hockey a lot. I played football. I was really sporty as a kid. I played football. I played rugby, tennis, swimming. I did a bit of as well. Swimming, I didn't do that for that long. I was more when I was a kid, I guess. But rugby was a big one. Football, I played a little bit of. Basketball, cricket, I played a little bit. I just played like a little bit of everything, I guess, to be honest. I was kind of like a sporty kid when I was growing up. And I guess we'll end it on this one. Fuck, marry, kill, Dyrus, Tyler 1, and Skara. So, I'd marry Tyler 1 because I've seen his chef videos, and he's a pretty good chef, so I guess he'd be able to cook, which is a good thing because I can't cook very well. So there you go, Chef Tyler 1, I'd marry, and fucking kill. I don't know because I mean, the thing is, Scar is such a lovable guy that I don't really want to kill him, but I don't really want to sleep with him either. So. I mean, I guess I don't want to say kill Scar because I feel so bad. Like, he's such a lovable guy. He's like the happiest, friendliest guy ever. But so is Dyrus, to be fair. I met him at League Fest, and he's a lovely guy too. So I guess kill Scar and sleep with Dyrus. But yeah, it feels bad. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. This was way longer than I expected it to be, but hopefully you guys enjoy it anyway. And yeah, I guess I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Please check out the stream if you have time today. That'll be awesome. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you're still here, I don't know why you'd still be here. 22 minutes freaking Q&A. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.